Good morning. Welcome back to Nick Can't Game, or Can He, my YouTube gaming channel. As always, it's wonderful to spend this time with you. Today we're going back into the realm of pro wrestling sim, doing another week of shows, moving on towards the next premium live event. And I hope that you will enjoy the video. As always, if you do, please hit the like, subscribe, and notification button below, and you'll be notified whenever a new episode is released. And I will also have a link in the description. I've started up a little TeeSpring store with a couple things with my Nick Can't Sing logo on it, which will help me when the disability that I'm getting doesn't quite cover groceries. So, check it out. Maybe pick up a shirt. Maybe pick up a coffee mug, whatever. But in the meantime, let's flip over to the game and let's have some fun. So here we are. We have our Monday Nitro for August 4th, all booked out. And we are going to start the show. Are you ready to begin the show? You will not be able to return to the booking screen. Yes. Our show intro, featuring 8 of the wrestlers who are going to be on the episode, gets a 100% segment rating, and everybody gains at least a little bit in popularity. We go back to the announce team, who start talking about some of the matches that are going to be happening tonight. And focusing on the matches involving Simon, Ronda, Liv, and Bad Bunny, and that gets a 78% segment score. We have the stable of the Poly Queens arriving at the arena, and that gets a 100% reaction from the crowd, and popularity gains all around. Next, we go down to the ring for our first match of the night. It's a fatal 4-way match, cruiserweight challenge to determine the next number 1 contender for TJP's WCW Cruiserweight Championship. We have Yuki Ueno, Hijo del Vikingo, Ace Austin, and Mustafa Ali. And the crowd felt that it was just a little too long to be that chaotic. They were really tired, they weren't really into it, but it was still a 2.5-star match, 49% final score, and Mustafa Ali is the winner. He will be the next challenger for the Cruiserweight Championship. Our next match, to finish up the feud between Mayu Iwatani and Tennille Dashwood, Mayu picks up the win with a roll-up reversal, and the crowd really isn't there. We've got to get their star power up a bit. The agent helped. 2-star match, and the 51% overall match rating. After the match, Tennille offers Mayu her hand. Mayu slaps it away and stalks off. And we have popularity gains for both women and the 78% segment score. We go to commercial break and advertisement for the next round of action figures. Popularity gains for the world champion and Kairi Sane. No popularity gains for anybody else, but it is an 82% segment score. We go back to the ring for Kairi Sane and her match against Brandy Lauren. And that is a 3-star match. Kairi picking up the win. 79% final score. They managed to successfully steal the show. And yeah, that was a good rating for that match. After the match, Kairi picks up a microphone and she calls out Mayu Iwatani about renewing the rivalry that they had going when they were working against each other in Japan. And that's going to be a new storyline that's going to be starting up for us starting in the next episode. And that gets a 96% segment score. Next we have Trish Stratus in the ring. She's talking about her legacy and about possibly winding down her career. And that's when Liv Morgan comes out to the ring and interrupts her and tells her that, her legacy is like a cracked mirror and she's going to be the one who breaks it. And it looks like they may be having a match at the next Premium Live event, Wildfire, on the 3rd Saturday of the month. And that gets an 80% overall segment rating. Next we have CJ Perry coming out and joining the broadcast team in advance of Simon Miller's television title defense. And she comes in, she gets a headset and a microphone, and she starts talking trash about him. And in the meantime, he makes his way into the ring for his match, and so does his opponent, Paul Walter Hauser, and this gets an 84%. And we go to the championship match. It's only a 1-star match, but Simon successfully holds on to his title. 69% overall score for the match. He has a rather significant gain in popularity for his victory. And CJ is not happy that he won, but she storms off and leaves the announce desk after the match. And we go to commercial again. The latest round of t-shirts for Konosuke Takeshita, the United States Champion, Samoa Joe's challenger, and Yuki Ueno. And that is an 86% for that advertisement. Next we go into the back, and Konosuke is being interviewed about his ongoing rivalry with Samoa Joe. And that's when Samoa Joe shows up and interrupts him. And he says, "You escaped me once, you're not going to escape me again." And Takeshita tells him, "No, I didn't escape, I endured." And we confirm there's going to be a rematch for the United States Championship at the Wildfire Premium Live event. And that gets an 83% segment score. We go out to the match. Ronda Rousey taking on Natsu Sumayer. And Ronda picks up the win with an armbar submission. The crowd enjoyed her special entrance. It was a 2-star match, 72% overall. After the match, she's jumped by all 4 members of the Poly Queens. And after they beat her down, Alex Winter and Leah Van Dale hold her up while Eva Marie grabs a microphone. And Eva Marie cuts a promo and reveals what happened when she bribed Ric Flair the last time. She says that at Wildfire, it's all 4 of us in the cage against you. And if you lose, you have to join us like you should have joined us in the beginning, when I first invited you to be part of this. And that gets a 90% overall segment score. and really advances that story. There's going to be a steel cage match at the next PLE. Next, we have Mike Tenay, one of our announcers, letting the crowd know that the Wildfire will be held at PNC Field in Pennsylvania on August 16th, and that gets a 68% segment score. We go to the back. Drew Galloway is being interviewed about his challenge against world champion Joe Hendry, and that gets an 84%. His popularity appears to be capped. He doesn't go up or down, but the interviewer and the champion gain in popularity. Next we go to the ring, a match between Liv Morgan and Ash by Elegance. Only a 1.5 star match, but the crowd was really into it. 91% crowd reaction, 80% overall score, and Liv picks up the win with the Oblivion, and the commentary notes that she's making her mark in the women's division, and that she's got her sights set on Trish Stratus next. We go to commercial break again, an advertisement for the latest round of trading cards. We see everybody gaining in popularity here, and the advertisement gets an 82%. Brock Lesnar makes his way to the ring, his first appearance in a couple months, and the crowd really lets out a chorus of boos. He's one of the biggest heels we've got, but we've only got him for 13 more appearances before his contract runs out in April of 2026, so we have to use him sparingly. He makes his way to the ring. He's going to be having a bit of a tune-up match next, and that gets a 100% segment rating. He sets an open challenge for anybody who's got the guts to step up to him and face him in the ring, and Cedric Alexander of Top Flight is the one who answers the challenge. He comes out, he cuts a promo about taking Brock to his limit and getting a surprise victory over him, and the match is made and is going to happen immediately, and this segment gets an 80% rating. They get into the ring and basically Brock destroys him in a quick 7-minute match. 1.5 star match rating, 73% final score. And after the match, Brock stares into the camera and lays down a challenge to one of the other people in our main event scene, Bad Bunny, telling him, "You don't belong in my ring, and get ready for the pain." Brock again gains in slightly in popularity from the victory. Cedric has a slight dip. 1.5 star match, 73% overall. And we go to our main event, which is Bad Bunny taking on Lio Rush. Lio had asked for a match against Bad Bunny a while back. We're keeping his promise and increasing his morale. They successfully stole the show. They had a 2-star match, 71% overall match rating. Bad Bunny picked up the win with the Bunny Destroyer and gained in popularity, while Lio slightly dipped in popularity. And that brings us to the end of this episode of Nitro. And we had a 76% show rating. Not the best, but not horrible. We gained in popularity across the board. And we go on to the next day. Let's see. We had 778,000 tickets sold, 16,000 in ticket dollars, 16,000 tickets overall sold, and that comes after the gate share clause. We had our usual amount of income. Our promise to Leo Rush was successful, and that improved our relationship with them. That increased his morale. Let's go over to the storyline segment. We will end the storylines, previous storylines for Mayu and Kairi. And now they are in a storyline with each other. And is there anybody with a contract renewal coming up that we might want to hire for ourselves? No, I don't see anybody that we might want to hire. So we'll skip ahead to the next day. Okay, nothing in the mail. Anybody that looks like we might want to pick up? No. Okay, go ahead to Thursday and we'll run Thunder. Okay. Anybody that we want to hire, let's see. What? I didn't have her scheduled. Where did this come from? She's got a mental health break until September 8th. Okay. She's our women's champion. That's not good. She wasn't even scheduled for a match. So I'm not sure where this is coming from. Other than it's just a random event. So we'll go over to Thunder. And we've got that all booked out. Coming from the TD Garden in Massachusetts. We're expecting at least 16,000. And let's get the show started. Yes, we are ready to begin the show. We have our opening show segment showing everybody who's going to be on the episode. And that, as usual, gets a 100% rating. We have the preview of the night's show with AJ and Joey talking about the women who are going to be on this episode, featured in matches. We go to the back and we see the members of the Divine Desire stable arriving tonight. Each one of them is going to have a match this evening. and that gets a 90%. We go to the back where Hangman Adam Page is being interviewed about his rivalry with EC3, and he wants to finish this coming up at the Wildfire PLE, and he promises to, no more mind games, no more cheap shot, one last ride if EC3 has the guts, and that gets an 81% segment score. We go to the ring, Brandy Lauren versus Ash by Elegance, and Brandy picked up the win. 1-star match, 51%. The crowd wasn't there for it. Afterwards, we go to the back where Becky is being interviewed about her #1 contendership match with Mariah May this evening. 80% segment score. Popularity growth for the interviewer and for Mariah, but not for Becky. We go back to the ring, and Isla Dawn is taking on Nixon Newell, and they don't have good chemistry as opponents, but Isla picks up the win. 1-star match, 60% overall match final score. We go to commercial break. Commercial for the company's streaming platform, Amazon Prime, and everybody except Becky picks up popularity, and the commercial gets a 92% rating. We go back to the ring. Lash Legend and Raven are cutting a promo in a dimly lit boiler room. Raven says the light blinds, but the darkness reveals. And Lash says that at Wildfire we won't be competing, we'll be consuming. And that gets a 95% segment rating. We go again to the back. Mariah May is being interviewed about her upcoming match with Becky tonight. That will be in the main event for the #1 contendership for the Women's Championship. And that is a 74% rating for that segment. We go back to the ring. Tessa Blanchard taking on Santana Garrett. The star power really isn't there. The crowd wasn't into it, but they had a pretty good match and get a 48% final score. We go back, and EC3 is cutting a promo on Hangman and accepts the challenge for the match at the PLE, and that gets a 100% segment score. We go back to the ring. 3.5-star match. Sari taking on Mio Momono. 59% overall match score. The crowd wasn't there. The match could have been even better with more time. But still a good match. We go to commercial break. 95% for the latest round of t-shirt releases. Tessa, Sari, and Mio. 95% for that commercial. We go to the main event. And it's a 3.5-star match. Becky picks up the win. She's going to be the #1 challenger for the Women's World Championship when Mercedes comes back from her mental health break. And so we end the show. And show rating is slightly down, 72%. Popularity growth everywhere except North America. And we go to the next day. Check our mail. We sold 17,600 tickets. Over $1 million in ticket sales after the gate share contest. We had 2.7 million viewers, 363,000 in our weekly income. Isla Dawn was injured. She's going to have to miss some time. Let's see what that injury is. Rib injury out until October 24th. But that is really disappointing. Okay. Let's see. Is there anybody available for hire that we might want to bring in? No. Okay, let's move ahead a day. Okay. Anybody that we might want to... Who is this guy and what kind of star power does he have? 79 star power. Not bad. We might want to see about picking him up. Is there anybody else that we could hire? No. Okay, let's see. Let's see what he's asking for. How much money do you want for a 3-year contract? Let's give him 400 a week. Push him in the mid card. We're having a graphics glitch with our gimmicks, so we'll just keep him where he is now, and we can alter his gimmick once he accepts or doesn't accept. Okay, let's move on to the next day. Okay, anything in our mail? Yeah, of course they are. Our contract offer is still out for Michael Oku. Okay. Anybody that with names that I recognize? Anybody at all? Okay, we go ahead to our next day, and then we will finish out the episode. Okay, here is our report. We are still seen as being definitively better than New Japan. WWE is still beating us like a drum. We're still seen as definitively better than AEW. Michael Oku has been offered contracts by 3 other companies. Let's see which of them he accepted, because I don't think he accepted ours. He signed exclusively with New Japan. Okay. anybody else that we might want to hire away. Another flu outbreak. Okay. Those aren't our people, at least. Okay. We are getting Asuka back 2 weeks after wildfire, or rather we are getting her in our company at that point. We promised Ryan Nemeth a match against Jeff Hardy. That's definitely doable. Okay. Well, with that done, it's time to close out the game and end the episode. I thank you for spending this time with me. I appreciate you very much. I'm always grateful for your kindness, support, and love that you show me all my life. Take my love with you everywhere you go. Remember to be good to each other. It's the highest calling in all the world. Show each other kindness, compassion, mercy, and love. And I'll see you all again very, very soon.